Hi, my name is Jessica Sarlis, and I own and operate Kivos Design Group. I'm a kitchen and bath designer and a interior design professor at a local community college. And today I am teaching you how to build a bookcase, not just a regular bookcase, but a retro bookcase, something with some really fun geometric and asymmetrical shelving. So feel free to enjoy and take a look. This is my first video, and if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to comment below. Enjoy. Okay, so you're basically going to need some wood, and because my boyfriend is allergic to wood because of his asthma and things like that, it's like an MDF type stuff. It's like this stuff you see here, okay? And I use it because it's just such fine sandpaper-y stuff, and I can paint it anything, and it's got a smooth surface. I'm going to take a little bit of glue. Okay, and I'm going to do a side, actually right here, like that. Gonna bead that. It's not really beading, but it's a nice line. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. And yes, I'm holding this phone and the glue and everything at the same time, so this might be a little tricky. And then I make them stand up. This will be interesting. Stand up. Ooh, look at that, it's standing. I make this one stand up. Okay. And then I take the top. And I'm gonna lay it on top, like so. And then we'll push it all the way up to the edge. You make it nice and flush on each side. So I'm using about 1.5 inch screws because, as you can see, you only need so much to get through to both pieces of wood. So I'm going to line it up, make sure that it's nice and even, so that it doesn't go through here and it doesn't go through here, because you want it to be nice and seamless. What you want to do is you want to get a nice pressure, and you don't want to go all the way to the corner. I'm going to hold on. I'm holding onto the screw at the same time, and I'm not going really, really fast until it starts. You can start to see it going through the one piece. All right. You see, nice and flush. All right, so now we're sliding this in. As you can see, I'm leaving just a little bit of room on each side so it comes in nice and even and flush. Now we're ready to do some more funky little boxes. Now we see we've got one standard height one here and one standard height one here. We're gonna do something in here to kind of break them up so they don't look too bookcasey. I want it to kind of flow with this piece here. As you can see, I've got a small cubby here, a really tall one here, and then we're gonna end with a standard shelf at the bottom, okay? All right, let's get with the next section. So we have a piece here. It's kind of a scrap piece. It's not tall enough to really make anything unless I wanna just do a funky little side, but and this isn't the right height. So I use this to kind of gauge how I want my next piece. And how I'm doing it is I like to have one standard shelf and then something funky, and then a standard shelf, and then something funky. So we've got standard shelf, funky, standard shelf, and now we're gonna do it here and we're gonna do something funky. So let's see, we can do something like that, but that looks a little too standard, right? We could do something that's a little bit more narrow, but we have a narrow one over there. And we have something funky on this side. So I think I'm gonna do something funky on this side. So if I do something like this, and then I do another half shelf here with another short piece, but that goes up to here, then I think we're gonna have two nice little cubbies right there, and that's gonna look kind of funky. What do you think? Thanks. So now I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually keep this shelf level and nice and flat on here and up against here on this wall, so that I know that when I glue this piece in the center, this is going to be in the exact correct spot. So making sure that this is going the right way, and that's the right way. I'm going to do a little bit of glue here. Be good if it was open. A little bit of glue here. Not too much, but just enough for it to actually stay. And then some glue here. It doesn't really like me right now. There we go. I don't care if it oozes off the sides. But this way, I'm gonna make it flush with this. Get flush with that. And now I know that this is going to stay in place, and then I just take my finger and I'm just going to take the extra glue, just kind of beat it, run it along the edge here, maybe just a little bit more right here, just to kind of make sure that it stays when I want it to stay. I'm just kind of rubbing it into that seam right there, if you could see that. Just like so. And then rubbing off the excess. There we go. Let's see, is there anything here? No, I'm going to do it up here too. Just do a little. Rub it into there. Into that seam, make sure it stays. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Now the reason I'm not doing it on this side is because I have one of the shelves, the shelf that's going to go in between here, laying down there to make sure that this stays flush and flat and 90 degrees. All right, so this has been fully glued. We're nice and good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to repeat. We're going to screw some stuff in, 2 screws, and I always go a little bit away from the front edge because everybody kind of sees that, even taller people, because I mean, I'm not tall. So again, you want to be in the center of the leg and the top, and you're going to hold the screw down in place just until it starts to break through the top, and then you're going to push. And you're going to go slow so that it goes all the way through and you don't hear that like shredding of the top of the screw. All right? Nice and even, nice and even. Now we're going to actually put this in the right way and slide this into kind of where we want it. Now, it's hard to screw anything in on this side because it's already inside into place, but I'll probably be able to do that. But to hold it here while it's gluing, it's kind of a problem. So I have actually kind of a cool box that I keep around. It actually has some stuff in it, but that way it's giving me the perfect height so that I can glue here and here, and this can kind of dry a bit, and it gives me enough stability where when I want to drill in and actually screw this into this cabinet, this side of the cabinet in here, it'll stay in place. I love it when things work together. Okay, so now we're gonna do our last piece, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna have this come in and we're just gonna do a standard shelf. So we're ending with a standard shelf, which is kind of neat because we'll have a little bit up top for space, and I'll probably put some of my old painted helmets from roller derby up there, and then I'll have a regular shelf for stuff, and all the way down with some like cool, funky, you know, whatevers. So I'm gonna build this, and then we'll put it together, and then we're gonna paint. Okay, so we had a little bit of a malfunction because I had 2 extra pieces, and one is actually taller than the other. So if I wanted to do a really long piece like this, it would end up being like that. So we ended it like this. We had a shorter piece of wood, and then we had a 12-inch and a little bit higher that we actually glued and screwed in here. So it looks very, very even. And now our shelf is complete. We've got all these fun little cubbies. We've got, it's just high enough where I can actually still display things up top, maybe do some funky little things in the corners. So now, once this is finished with all the glue drying and everything, then we're gonna paint. And as I said before, I'm gonna paint this white because it matches all the walls that are in this space, and it will kind of fit in feeling like it was actually part of the house. Well, I don't know about you, but I absolutely love my new bookcase. It is helped me so much with storage. I can now have everything off my desk and still get to everything. So that's always fantastic. Plus, it kind of fits the house, which is kind of neat. Anyway, if you've got any questions or comments about the bookcase or anything else design, or if you'd like me to build anything or show you how to build anything, please feel free to drop me a line or comment below. And if you'd like to have some help with your kitchen or bath remodel, feel free to check out my website at www.kivosdg, D as in design, G as in group.com. And if you have Facebook, feel free to like my page, Kivos Design Group. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.